second. All right? So first of all, we all know why we cannot solve can't solve that, right? Why can't we solve that? There's an infinite amount of answers, isn't there? Because any two things that add to 7 will solve this. You have no idea what they are, right? The same reason that we cannot solve, I can't highlight orange with orange, idiot. Same reason we cannot solve that, yes? The way you know how to solve these now is you make two lines, and where they cross gives you the x and the y, right? That's what you know what to do. But as you found out, if you tried number 8 and 9, that doesn't necessarily work very well, right? So let's learn some ways that do. So we're going to do substitution first. To solve by substitution, I'm going to do everything in a different color. The first thing I'm going to do is choose one equation and solve for one variable. What does solve for one variable mean? Isolate it. That means we are going to isolate one variable. Now, because we're not finding an actual answer yet, when I say solve for a variable, kids are like, it just means isolate. Okay? If possible, choose a letter with 1 or -1. Always choose that. Everybody cool? All right, so let's look at this first one. We're going to do it step by step. What variable should we solve for? X. Why? Because x has no coefficient. Its coefficient is 1. So isolating it is super easy, isn't it? What will this equation look like when I solve for x? X equals 4y minus 1. Everybody agree that those are the exact same equations? Yeah? Okay. Next, take this new equation. Where is the new equation? Right there. Even though it's the same values, it's a new equation. Yes? It was not part of the original 2. Take that new equation and substitute it into the other equation. Well, this says x equals 4y minus 1. What letter is that? X. What does x equal? So instead of writing 3x, what should I write? 4y minus 1 plus 5y equals 31. Now, look at that and tell me why the bottom one is soluble, which is how you actually say solvable. But people have started saying solvable because that sounds better. Just like people don't say inflammable anymore. They say flammable. Flammable isn't even a word, but people are stupid. Anyway, why is the bottom one solvable? Because there's only one variable. So, in green, let's solve for that remaining variable. So what does this become? 12y minus 3 plus 5y equals 31. Now what? 17y minus 3 equals 31. Now what? 17y equals 34. Now what? Y equals 2. And then, lo and behold, we take our solution, because now we know this, and where do we put it? What do we know now? We know y. What don't we know? What does this equation give me? X. So what should I do with that too? Put it in for y. And now I get x equals 4, not 4y, 4 times 2 minus 1, 8 minus 1, 7. What is my final answer? That is the ordered pair. 7, 2. And now is when all of you start going, Mr. Myers, did I do it right? Can you check my work? Can you please check my work? I need the validation right now. I need it. I can't go on without you telling me if it's right or wrong. Do you need to ask me? Why not? Because that's an X and that's a Y. What's that? That's an X. What's that? Y. Is 7 minus 8 negative 1? Yes. Is 21 plus 10 31? Yes. So do you need to seek validation from me? No. Where do you find your validation? In yourselves. Where should you always find your validation? In yourselves. Isn't math Zen? Don't you tell me math doesn't kick serious ass. Because look at that. It's all right there for you. Full circle. Math is indeed a safe space. Huh? All right. You guys are clowns. What are we doing here? We're going to isolate Y. So what is that going to become, Jess? No pressure.
You got it. Someone else. I knew you got this one.
No, Jess. Seek validation in yourself.
Oh, I have 0. You got it.
Jess, seek your validation. Isolate Y.
Y equals 2x minus 3 plus 2.
So close. 3 minus 2x, because when you bring that over, it becomes negative.
Yeah.
Okay. Step 1. Step 2. Where do I take this to do more work? There's a y. Y equals that. 4x plus 3, not y. 3 minus 2x equals 1. Right? There's the blue. What do I do with the now in green? Step 3. I solve this. 4x plus seek your validation. I would do 9 minus 2x because it's less cumbersome, but it would be the same thing. Now what? Negative 2x equals negative 8. X equals 4. When x equals 4, I now must seek a y value. Does one of the equations I have to work with give me the y value? Where does it go? And y equals 3 minus 2, not 2x, because I know what x is now. What is x? 4. 3 minus 8. And it is? He waited patiently for 3 minus 8. Negative 5. Which gives me an ordered pair of what? 4, negative 5. Did I do it right? Did I do it right, Mr. Myers? Mr. Myers, validate me. Now, stop for a second. Do I even need to check that one? Yes or no? No, why? Because isn't that the one that just gave me 4 and negative 5? So I don't even need to check that one, do I? So really, the only one I need to check is here, yes? 16 minus 15 equals 1. Does it? He waited patiently. Yes. So did we do it right? Have you sought and found your validation? Yes, you have. Now, as always, this has been fairly easy to do, yes? Turn the page over. What is different? Nothing has a coefficient of 1. So, you could do what I just explained, solve for one of the variables. What variable would you like to solve for? You would like to solve for y, Manru? That is fine. We are going to solve for y, and here is, you will see what I mean, okay? Manru would like to solve for y. Manru, would you like to use the equation on the top or the equation on the bottom? You would like to use the top. So Manrup says we should solve for y. So that would be negative 4x plus 2. Y will equal negative 4/5 x plus 2/5. Is that barfy? Why is it barfy? Wait. Allow me to make a little bit of fun of you. Why do you all think, and why are you all scared that this will be difficult? Because of fractions. Are fractions really anything to be scared of? No, they're like the monster under your bed that you were worried about when you were 3. It's not there. Stranger Things is a lie. There is no upside down. Okay? Pennywise does not exist. Okay? There is no clown in the sewer with balloons. Although there is a great punk band named Pennywise, whom you should all go and listen to at your first chance, because Pennywise is awesome. But seriously, folks, is there any reason to be scared of this? No, but it is ugly, yes? No matter how you slice, this is a pain in the butt, yeah? It's not undoable, we just don't like to do it. Allow me to show you something. What do you see there? 4x and 4x, yes? Doesn't 4x equal 2 minus 5y? Doesn't it? If I move this over here, doesn't 4x equal 2x minus 5y? It does, doesn't it? Okay. Well, if 4x is 2 minus 5y, what can I write there? 2 minus 5y. So couldn't I write 2 minus 5y minus 20y equals negative 3? Couldn't I do that? And then, of course, negative 25y equals negative 5. Y equals positive 1/5. Now, you're still scared because that's a fraction, yes? But please notice, in my original equations, 1/5. How would I get rid of that 5? You would multiply by 5, would you not? What's multiplying by y right there? 5. So it would fix itself anyway, wouldn't it? So I would end up with 4x plus 5 times 1/5 equals 2. 4x plus 1 equals 2. 4x equals 1. X equals 1/4. Which would get me 1/4, comma, 1/5. And that is super easy to check, isn't it? 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. And I'm still right. Did everybody see what I did there? I still use substitution, but because they had the same number, I just substituted the whole chunk for this. Does everybody see? Everybody? All right, now listen to me. On the next page, you will see 8 substitution systems. I want you right now to do 2. The answers are on that page. You choose which 2. You can check the answer. You don't even need the answer on the bottom of the page, do you? Because you can seek your own validation. But go. Choose 2. Do 1 from the first one. Do 1 from the second one. Go. The first one is pretty easy, isn't it? Because every choice already has an isolated variable, doesn't it? So it should take about 10 seconds, shouldn't it, to do one of them. Somebody say a letter. A, B, C, or D? D? You said B? All right. 3. There is the answer to B. Everybody good? Now we'll come down to the bottom one. Somebody say a letter. Between A and D inclusive. A. 4x plus 3 equals y. 4x Oh, wait. Yeah, 13 equals y. Wait a minute. Four x plus 13 equals y. There we go. 2x plus 3 times 4x plus 13. 11. 2x plus 12. 2 and -2, 5. And that's done. Everybody is cool? Everyone is cool? Everyone can do this? All right, listen please. Don't start now because we're going to do the other method. Your homework tonight is page 279. Turn over to page 280. Now, I know that it seems like a step backwards, but there's a reason I want you to solve this by graphing. It serves two purposes. One, it reinforces your graphing test, which you're having tomorrow. And two, it allows me to explain why what we're about to do works. Okay? So everybody graph these. It should take literally about 30 seconds because you're having a test on this tomorrow. Everyone agrees, right? We graphed the two lines, where they cross, that's our answer. Everybody cool? Everybody cool? Okay, now listen to me and listen to me carefully. Pick a number. Any number you want. Write it down here. Don't say it out loud. It can be positive, it can be negative, it can be any number you want. Then do these next two steps. Go. I will wait a moment while you sort it out. Some of you are done, some of you are not. It will take a second or two longer. But what do you notice when you solve for y after you've multiplied? I know it's first block Monday, but please don't tell me you don't know how to do algebra. What do you notice? Say it loud anew. It's the same thing. The equation, after I multiply it, when I boil it back down to y, it's the exact same line. Which means what? We all chose different numbers, but we all got the same line. So what does that mean? When multiplying both sides of a linear equation, what does that result in? What do we get? We get a new equation with what? With the same properties. So, what does that tell us mathematically speaking? This is your thought process. You are thinking, I can change how the equation looks without what? Without changing what, Anu? Without changing the answers. Right? Because even though I changed to this giant ugly equation right here, did I not have the same y-intercept and the same slope? Everybody understands that? If you don't like the look of an equation, you can multiply it and have the same equation. How often have we seen that in math? Since the third grade when we first learned fractions, right? Because 1/2 times 5 is 5/10. It's the same fraction. Multiplying is always okay. Everybody understands? All right. So for me, I could put this green line on here, couldn't I? And I would still have the same answer. Everybody understands? Okay. Let's turn the page over. Here's the same two equations. I want you to add them. Oh, that's weird. We've never added equations before. But we know how to add, do we not? What is 4x's plus 5x's? 9x's. What is 3y's plus negative 3y's? 0y's, so they are gone. What is 0 plus 27? 27. What should I do now? Solve for x. X equals 3, yes? Then I want you to graph it. Where does that go? There's x equals 3. How do I make the line x equals 3? Straight up and down. Now, what do you notice? What happened? It goes right through the solution, doesn't it? Okay. Well, what happened first? Algebraically, what happened? When I added the equations, what happened? Nobody can tell me what happened here. Either you're scared of me or you honestly cannot see what happened here. It shouldn't be either of those things because you all have eyes and always reward right answers and I never give you a hard time for speaking up in class. What happened? Pardon me?
The x's and the y's canceled out.
The y's were eliminated. Right? What happened? The y's dropped out. And I got the x value of my solution. What if the x's had dropped out? What would I have gotten? The y value of my solution. Everybody cool? Everybody understand? All right. Now let's do this one. What if I subtract them? What is 4 minus 5? Negative x. What is 3 minus 3? Positive 6y equals what is 0 minus 27? Negative 27. Yes? Graph it. 6y equals x minus 27. Y equals 1/6 x minus 4.5. Correct? Because 27 divided by 6 is 4.5. Everyone agree? Everyone cool? Okay, graph it. I go to negative 1, 2, 3, 4.5. And I go up 1 to 3.5 and out 6. What happened? I went right through the solution again. So if I add or subtract, what do I get? I get a new equation again that did one of two things. What did it do? I get a new equation that can either A or B. What's the first thing we did when we added? Yeah, we can either eliminate a variable or we can create another line that still gives us the solution. Which one of those two is the one that helps us solve the original system? A or B? A, because the reason we couldn't do the original system was we had what? Two variables. So if we do this one, does that get us a step closer to solving? Excellent. Now, Knowing what you know, every single one of you write one more equation for this system that will give me the exact same answer. You've just done 3 things. Everybody write one equation. You're not all going to write the same one, are you? Because I haven't told you what to do. Everybody do this, and then I would appreciate a couple of volunteers to say what they wrote. Do I have any volunteers? The worst thing that happens is I say almost. The best thing that happens is I say, yeah! Jesse.
I subtracted the equation.
Okay, so what did you write? I'm going to be writing Jesse's in red. There's my 2. Jesse, what was yours?
2x plus 3y equals 17, divided both sides by 3 after you move the x over.
You could have stopped there. I just wanted the equation. Perfect. Anybody else? Now that Jesse has broken the ice and gotten a perfect, and yay, now I should see 29 more hands go up because nobody needs to be scared anymore. Or your hands are busy erasing because you did it wrong. Did you do it wrong? You have no idea if you did it wrong. If you didn't subtract like Jesse, then you don't know if you did it wrong. If you did subtract and don't have that, then you're in a bit of trouble. But Jesse subtracted, and that's correct. Who wants to give me another one? He waited patiently. Austin. 4x plus y equals 19. Absolutely correct. He added them. Beauty. Give me another one. Nobody has done the easiest one of all, which is what I did. It's the very first thing we did. How did I get my 2? By multiplying them, right? I multiplied this one by 1/2. I multiplied this one by 8. All of that is good. Everybody understand? Now let me ask you this. Did any of those options allow us to eliminate anything? No. Keep that in your head. Turn the page over. We're on 282. Again, I will use different colors. Add or subtract the equations to get rid of one variable. What's the only way to make sure we get rid of one variable? What has to be the same if we want it to disappear? Pardon me? The coefficient. Seek like coefficients. If they are the same, not my, and not m, that would be a bad one. Qx and qx. Would I add or subtract to eliminate that q? Which is it, Jesse? Help a brother out. Subtract. If it was Lx and negative Lx, what would I do? Add. So, what are we going to eliminate here? The y's. Since it is a positive and a negative situation, are we adding or subtracting? We are adding because our goal is to eliminate y. What is 3x plus 4x? 7x. Y's are gone. What is negative 9 plus 23? 14. What does x equal? 2. Now, what can I do with this new knowledge? Put it back in where? Any x I want. Anywhere. Which one do you want to work with? The bottom one? Sure. 4 times 2. Then do the top one, Jess, because it's going to work out. 4 times 2 plus 5y equals 23. 8 plus 5y equals 23. 5y equals 15. Y equals 3. Now, I will change shades of blue, and I'll do the top one because that's what Jess wanted to do. 3 times 2 minus 5y equals negative 9. 6 minus 5y equals negative 9. Negative 5y equals negative 15. Y equals 3. Does it matter? No. Am I right? Am I right? So I have the answer. What is it? 2, 3. Can I check? Yes, I can. Is 6 minus 15 negative 9? Is 8 plus 15 23? So we're right. Everybody good? Ease, bees, lemon squeezy, yeah? Now, which is easier? What should I have taught first? I know it doesn't matter, but which should I have taught first? Nobody has a preference?
I like the way.
Everybody likes substitution? Interesting. It does depend on the equation. You're absolutely right, Jesse, because sometimes you need one tool for a job, and sometimes you need another tool for a job. If one tool would do every job, then all we'd ever have was a hammer, because it's the best tool. All right. What's weird here? What's weird here? There's no same number, which means the equations don't look good, do they? What allows us to change their looks? Multiplying. What could I multiply this guy by to get rid of something? If I multiply him by 2, what do I get? 2x minus 4y equals what? 14. Could I eliminate something there? Excellent. What if I chose to multiply him by 3? 3x minus 6y equals 21. Could I eliminate something there? This would be adding or subtracting. Subtracting to eliminate x. The other one was 2x minus 4y equals 14. Is that adding or subtracting? Adding. Will they both work? Who makes the decision? You do. So do it. Which one do you want me to do? Second one? Okay. So we are going to multiply these by 3 to get 3x minus 6y equals 21. Then I'm going to subtract. 4 minus 6 is 10y equals 1 minus 21, negative 20. Y equals negative 2. What can I do with that y now? Where can I put it? He waited patiently. You guys are not a cartoon. Say it. Thank you, Jess. Anywhere I see a y. Do I see a y there? So could I put negative 2 there? Do I see a y there? So could I put negative 2 there? Do I see a y there? Could I put negative 2 there? Yes, and they will all give me an x. I'm going to use this one. What is my answer? Is there any way I could ever check it and know if I did it right? I don't know. I could go like this. Mr. Myers, am I doing this right? Check my work. Or I could have some confidence because I know how to do math because we're at the end of our hardest year of math ever. And you would do what? Check it yourself. Is 3 plus 4 7? Don't reach for your calculator. I know you're joking, but at this time of the year, I'm very fragile. Don't do it. Is 9 plus negative 8 1? So did we do it right? Excellent. Now, what is wrong with this one? I'm going to have to change the looks of both of them, aren't I? Would you rather deal with 2 and 11 or 3 and 2? 3 and 2, of course, because you would multiply this guy by what? 2. And you would multiply this guy by what? 3. To get 4x minus 6y equals 40 and 33x plus 6y to equal negative 3. Now, is this an add or subtract situation? Why is it add? Because I have a negative and a positive. So I'm going to add. What is 4 plus 33, calculator? 37. What is 40 plus negative 3, calculator? 37. What does x equal? 1. Where does that 1 go? Anywhere there's an x. 2 times 1 minus 3y equals 20. 2 minus 3y equals 20. Negative 3y equals what? 18. Y equals what? Negative 6. My answer is 1, negative 6. If only I could check it. What is 2 plus 18? 20. What is 11 minus 12? Negative 1. Did I do it right? Yes. It is 9:01. You have half an hour. I would recommend doing 1 from each of these. Please notice in number 6 and number 7, what have I done that doesn't change it at all, but makes some of you lie and tell me that you can't do it anymore? I've changed the letters to A and B. Does that matter? Not even a little bit. And then guess what your homework is? Page 284's puzzle sheet. Yay! 2 puzzle sheets. When are they due? No. Tomorrow you're writing a test. When are they due? Woden's Day. Woden's Day being named after Odin, the king of the Norse gods. Or Anthony Hopkins, if you watch the Avengers movies. No, Thor. Sorry. Anthony Hopkins wasn't in the Avengers. It was only in the Thors. Oh, wait. Do you need me to do these? Or are we okay? Since you have the answers that you do not need and you can just check them over. Are we good? Spectacular. Do any of you have any questions regarding your graphing test tomorrow? It probably will not take you the whole period. Fortunately, you have 2 worksheets to do right after. Oh, I do have an announcement. I have made a benevolent decision. Does anybody know what the word benevolent means? It is indeed a big word. 4 whole syllables. Benevolent. Does anybody know what the word benevolent means? I will tell you this. It is the opposite of malevolent. Doesn't help at all. Okay, this is how it is spelled. What do you think that means? Good. It is a good decision because you can see it has the same beginning as benefit. I have made a benevolent decision. This is that decision. Remember how I said that we are probably going to run out of time and not be able to offer you a cumulative in class time. And then I said that if you wanted to write that cumulative, you had to write it on, you guys are Block B, on Wednesday afternoon. Unless that happens to be your numeracy exam time. Which I still don't know, so don't ask. You may write your cumulative on any afternoon that week. Or you may even write your cumulative, you may attempt it after your final in the morning of Wednesday, when your final is. But you will get no extra time, meaning you will only get 80 minutes to write that cumulative exam. If you start it right after your final, you do not get to leave for lunch and then come back. Does everyone understand? If I am not mistaken, you people are writing your final in Block B on the morning of the 19th. And does that final start at 8 a.m.? Or 8:10? No. I wish you guys would listen to me. 8:30 to give you 20 minutes to get here, 20 minutes to calm your nerves, and ask what you need to ask. Aight? 8:30 to whenever lunch is. I think it's normal time, 10:55. You will have 2.5 hours to complete a 1.5 hour exam. The exam has, if I am not mistaken, 36 multiple choice questions, possibly more, I have to double check, and 8 open-ended questions. Possibly more, I have to double check. That is it. Priya was first.
I looked online and it said that our university exam was the following week after exam.
That would be news to me, but I am not involved in those decisions. So, the only schedule I have has numeracy exams scheduled during that week of finals. That's the only thing I have seen, but I am the last person that will hear. Miss Berdini and Mr. DeVries are working it out. They are way up here. I am way down here. Okay? Yes.
If we have graphing unit test tomorrow.
Yes. You
test
will be writing a unit test on systems. You absolutely will.
This week?
Yes. No, Monday. You have regular classes 1 week from today. You will write your unit test on systems on Monday. Now, before the end of this class, I'm going to show you all where to find review work. Okay? And I'm going to include it on this video. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it now. This will be on the video, do not worry. If you go to my YouTube page, and you don't look at Priya's marks that were just on the board for a second. Sorry, Priya. If you go to, you're doing very well. You're doing awesome. Do not, and you search for, I believe the word review will work. No, I've called too many things reviews. There it is. Search for review links. If you search for review links and click on the video, you will get this video. Please notice, all of you need this one. You people, PD10 Trig and PD10 Radicals, need this one. And those links are even in the comments with 2 old practice provincial exams. We don't do provincials anymore, but that is the level of question you should expect to be able to do. Do you see how this is all available to you? I will not print it. It is like 55 pages. I am very tired of printing this because for the past 10 years I have printed this and given it to students only to find them stuffed in every square millimeter of space in my room where you disgusting children can put garbage. Okay? So I do not do this anymore. Some of these have answers. Not all of them do. Okay? When do you have time to ask me about these? Every class between now and Tuesday, once I have done teaching. You will notice, the more astute members of the class will notice, there are 3 more lessons here. And hopefully the more astute members of the class will notice how closely all of systems are related. I could teach all 3 of these Wednesday, and we could be done. It just depends on you people. Everybody good? Everybody has seen where the review stuff lives? You can download the whole PDF and print what you need if you wish to. But I will not spend the time nor the resources to print you paper that will go from your hands to, well, not to the recycling bin, let's be honest. From your hands to spread out all over the school. Most likely piled very near a recycling bin, but not actually in it. Okay? Okay.